Hi, this is attorney Jeremy Hogan, and welcome to Legal Briefs. If you are Hispanic, African American, or a woman, your injury or accident case often sells for less money. I'm going to tell you why. In America, the problems with our criminal justice system are relatively well documented. For example, a recent study found that African Americans are incarcerated at 5 times the rate that white Americans are incarcerated. Not only are African Americans incarcerated at a higher rate, but they also receive longer sentences. There are numerous studies on this problem because incarceration and conviction rates are public information. But what about the disparity in outcome in civil or personal injury lawsuits? If you search or look for papers or research on the disparities in outcome for racial groups in the civil realm, you find nothing. And that is because nothing is guarded tighter by insurance companies than how they settle cases and for how much. It's the Fort Knox of the insurance world, and you will never get that information from them. Most of my law firm's clients are minorities, Hispanic, African American, a lot of Haitian Americans, and I can tell you anecdotally that their cases absolutely have a lower top settlement offer from the insurance company than other cases. Now, I can tell you that anecdotally and from handling thousands of claims, but I cannot prove it statistically because I cannot get that information from the insurance companies. So why do I think this is? I think this is because insurance companies are run by people, and adjusters are people who bring with them to their job all of their prejudices and all their past experience in their lives. So I know statistically that there are a certain number of insurance adjusters out there who believe that Ms. Lopez or Mr. St. Pierre are hungry, don't make as much money as Mr. Smith, and therefore will accept a lower settlement offer.
Views, conversations, and opinions expressed on this channel could be subjective or objective and are also for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Here on The Mix, we encourage and implore you to conduct your own research.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Mix. Like this video, share this video. It is free to do that, you guys. Drop some comments in the chat. Keep it respectful and peaceful. Interested in donating, hit that Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal. It is in the description section of this post. All donations go toward content enhancement creation. Sub up, you guys. It's free to do that. Yes. Check out the members only tab and join. Okay, as you can see, you guys, what this video is going to be about based off of that clip. The battle continues, ongoing battle with OMG Girls, brand T.I. and Tiny against the OMG Dolls. That company who T.I. is claiming that they stole their copyright to OMG Girls, their brand. So this is an ongoing battle. I did a video on it. That flashback clip speaks to the disparities, in my opinion, as to how either from civil or criminal outcomes are awarded in any legal case, whether it be trial or settlements, etc., towards black people. Let's just keep it real. It is statistics and studies out there. The amount is, when it comes to civil, and I'm speaking in civil sense, it is lower, seems like significantly. So I've been following this case, you guys, and I dropped a few videos on it, and this has been a ping pong back and forth in the court of law. T.I. and Tiny and the company, they are suing for copyright infringement. Let me say this. I said I was on T.I. and Tiny's side because I think they had a strong case, or have a strong case, because this is ongoing, and I do believe, in my opinion, their works were stolen. Also, the judge, you guys, in this case is very questionable to me, based off of some of the articles I came across on the internet. Very questionable, and the judge's actions is, I'm giving this judge a side eye, basically. That's what it is, because the jury awarded T.I. and Tiny this amount, like a huge amount. The judge comes in and says ABCD. Why? Because of course the company is challenging the amount, which they can, but at this point, you guys, the judge is kind of like going the extra mile, finding case law, etc. So I'm just like, has the judge operated in this sense before in other past cases, or is it just specifically for T.I. and Tiny? I'm going to go ahead and do some digging on this judge, but let me go ahead and head on over to this article, because I do believe, like I said, and based off of that clip in the beginning from that law firm, you've seen it, there are some disparities when it comes to settlements, the judicial system, whether it be civil or criminal. So let me go over some excerpts of this article, and then I'll come back, you guys, with my final thoughts and reactions. But the fight continues with T.I. and Tiny, and rightfully so. I don't blame them, because the punitive damages have been reduced drastically to $1, and the compensatory, I think I'm saying that right, damages is like 17 point something mil, but the judge has reduced the punitive damages to like $1. Like what? And I think it was like overall 50 something million, but 30 is the punitive, what was the punitive, and 17 point something was the compensatory damages. But here we go, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts, reaction, and opinion, and I'll drop the links in the description section. Guys, this article is 11alive.com toy giant MGA challenges the $53 million punitive damages in Harris case. Remember, you guys, it was compensatory and punitive. The compensatory was the 17 point whatever, etc. The punitive was, I think, 30 plus milli, which has been reduced to $1. Compensatory is to compensate. Punitive is to punish. You can do a simple Google search to, let me go over this article really quickly. It says T.I. and Tiny Harris lawsuit winning from 2024 dropped to 17 milli, nearly a year after a legal battle against a major toy company over allegations the business misappropriated the likeness of OMG Girls, a girl group formed by Tiny Harris. And like I said, you guys, and I'm interjecting really quickly, in my opinion, I thought it was some likeness being infringed on. That's just my opinion. With the actual dolls versus the group, they look very similar, in my opinion. Okay, so the article further cites in 2024, the couple was awarded more than $71 million after the final verdict was reached against MGA. And that verdict, you guys, was reached by a jury. Okay, nearly a year later, in 2025, MGA filed a motion requesting judgment as a matter of law, or in the alternative, a new trial or remittitor, documents suggest the Atlanta music couple want a new trial. According to legal documents, the toy company argues that the court should vacate the punitive damages awarded, which was an additional 53 million. Okay, my bad. So it was 53 million for punitive and a 17 point something for compensatory. I stand correct. Okay, so MGA argues it did not act willfully. The amount awarded for punitive damages is excessive and violates the due process clause according to legal documents. This is MGA fighting it. So the Harrises argued 3 reasons why the evidence supports a finding of the willfulness. Lead designers, including Blanc Consorti, had knowledge about the OMG Girls before the creation of all the infringing dolls. So they're saying so this article is, and I'm paraphrasing, is basically saying that the MGA consultant was knowledgeable of the OMG Girls, the group, the singing group. Atlanta music couple also argued that MGA's target audience overlapped the OMG Girls audience, which included Black African American mothers and Hispanic mothers. A third argument was MGA's and the doll designers' lack of credibility following the brazen misappropriation of other celebrity identities. Okay, the article further cites legal documents state that the court found the jury's verdict on punitive damages could not stand, and the original award of more than 53 million for punitive damages would constitute a reversible error. The punitive award went from $53 million to $1. With respect to punitive damages, the court grants the motion on the condition that the Harrises do not accept a remittiture of $1. The Harrises shall lodge a filing of their decision with the court within 14 days up the issuance of this order. In a court document dated July 10th, attorneys for the music couple said it wanted to lodge their denial of the $1, adding that the lawyers will I'm assuming the lawyers will try to meet with MGA's counsel to file a proposed briefing schedule for the structure of a new trial for punitive damages. Let's click here for the case, the court documents. Okay, you guys, this is the legal documents. It was filed on July 8, 2025. MGA Entertainment et al. Versus Clifford T.I. Harris et al. And Tiny Harris, etc., etc. So basically, MGA is fighting the jury's verdict, the punitive part. And the judge agreed and reduced it from 53 milli to $1. It says here, and this is the court document, I'm gonna read this paragraph. For the following reasons, the court grants in part and denies in part the motion. With respect to punitive damages, the court grants the motion on the condition that the Harrises do not accept a remittiture of $1. The Harrises shall lodge a filing of their decision with the courts within 14 days upon the issuance of this order. If the Harrises reject, the parties shall meet and confer and file a joint proposed briefing schedule for the structure of a new trial. Regarding the Lanham Act counterclaim and common law misappropriation counterclaim, the court denies the motion. The court denies the motion with respect to both the requests for declaratory judgment and for judgment as a matter of law for all claims against Mr. Laren individually. Okay, so this document actually is a 33-page court document filed July 8th, 2025, United States District Court, Central District of California. It's 33 pages. I will not go over all 33 pages, but it's here, as you can see, on the internet. So read at your leisure. Okay, you guys, so what are your thoughts? Drop some comments in the chat. I will drop the link in the description section on the previous content I did on this topic. Again, you guys, in my opinion, this judge seems very questionable. Also, as I stated on previous videos and based on the clip in the beginning, there is some bias and disparities when it comes to the criminal justice system and the civil courts. In this instance, speaking to T.I. and Tiny's civil court case situation, Black people are not awarded. It's been known, studies wise, that Black people are not awarded a lot of money, you guys, in civil court. Studies reflect that Black people are always like lowballed in settlements or jury awarded. In this instance, in my opinion, judges going the extra mile to find ABCD to support a finding that may coincide with the person who lost the case, if you get my point. And so my question is, do you all think the judge is going the extra mile with other cases? Is this the norm for this particular judge to go the extra mile to see if there is, I guess, case law to support MGA's arguments? It just seems like, in my opinion, the judge is acting as counsel, in my opinion, for MGA, the people who, the company who is fighting the punitive damages, which was like, what, 53 million awarded by the jury. So I don't know. This is really a stickler. And shout out to T.I. and Tiny for continuing to fight. But yeah, so you guys, I will do my best to keep you all up to date. As you heard in the article, they have up to 14 days to make a decision, I guess yay or nay or something like that, if they're going to accept the $1 or parties are going to come together and there will be a new trial for the punitive damage part. The battle continues in court for T.I. and Tiny. And also to you guys, as I spoke on California, this is a different state. California seems to me, in my opinion, operates differently when it comes to judicial cases. They do their own thing differently, in my opinion, from a judicial perspective. You know, they have the Hollywood people, Hollywood circles, and businesses are seemingly just different in the state of California. Plus, T.I. and Tiny are from the South, Georgia. Yes, not Cali. So this is definitely something to think about. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to know your thoughts. Drop some comments in the chat. Do you think T.I. and Tiny is not getting a fair shake in this? I mean, a jury did come up with a verdict, although MGA is challenging that, the punitive damages side. Seems like, in my opinion, like I said, the judge is the judge MGA's defense attorney assistant. You know, so I don't know. And I'm not a fan of T.I. and Tiny. Trust me, I'm not. But when it comes to this legal thing, like I've said before, fair is fair, regardless if it's criminal or civil. You have these key players, judges, prosecutors, all of that, attorneys, and if they are cherry picking and twisting the law or finding case law when it's certain people before the court, then that's an issue. That's an issue for me. That's a human being issue. It's like, yeah, okay. So, but hopefully you guys get the gist of it, what I'm saying. Like this video, share this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.